Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE80, aka 13th Wonder of the World. How you doing on this Thursday night, Thursday evening? I hope everybody's doing all right. God bless, God keep. Shout out to the Point Place players. I would have been on earlier, but I'm still here. You know one thing, you're going to hear something from me each day, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm always putting my best foot forward to make sure that you hear what I got to say. A lot of things been taking place today in the wrestling world. A lot of people been losing their jobs, have been getting released by WWE, which is an opening for them to go to AEW or to go to Impact Wrestling. The most three that I'm really worried about is what's going to happen with Dolph Ziggler, who's been with the company for over almost 20 years. Who also Mustafa Ali, who just asked for a release from WWE. And also to talk about ladies and gentlemen, I'm outside of the house. Um, Also, Shelton Benjamin, who's been there for over 27 years, and now he's released from the company. I think AEW will pick those three up. Elias released, Top Dollar, Aaliyah, Emma, shocked that Dana Brooke got released. And there's more to come, ladies and gentlemen. Mansoor, he's gone. Um, a lot of people that's gone from WWE, which is, a part of the deal that they have going on right now. And they just signed a $1.4 billion deal to for SmackDown to go back to USA. And what's going to happen with Raw and NXT? I think USA has enough money to keep all three on. Where's the flagship is Monday Night Raw. Where could you put them at? Could you take them back to Spike? TNN or whatever they did back in the day. But and also NBC is going to have starting next year, going to have 4 primetime shows of SmackDown on NBC. So they made a good splash with that, but they also made a bad splash by letting people get, released from the company. And that's not what we want. We don't want to see that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, last night's AEW not pay-per-view, excuse me, AEW show, weekly Dynamite show, off the chain, man. It was one of the best shows I've seen in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. And I could not believe my eyes and what I saw. Moxley loses to Ray Phoenix. I had said Penta, but it was actually Ray Phoenix that beat John Moxley. Eddie Kingston, congratulations to him for winning. He kept his title, but he is also the Ring of Honor World Champion. MJF choked out Samoa Joe. Moxley also got a concussion, so we're going to be able to look out for him. Tony Storm loses to Soraya. And, things like that. It was a great show. And with that being said, I was just saying, the greatness of the AEW pay-per-view, weekly show was best for business. They needed that boost. And they had some great matches on there, but tomorrow night is, of course, Rampage, and it's already taped, so everybody knows what's going to happen on there. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens tomorrow, and also Friday Night SmackDown. With what's going place tomorrow, we know that Jimmy Uso, the brothers, Sokola and Jimmy, are supposed to be going up against AJ Styles and John Cena. And that's going to be a big match as well tomorrow. That's one of the matches that's going to take place tomorrow at Friday Night SmackDown. But this is a big coup for SmackDown to have a $1.4 billion deal to go back to USA. So what's going to happen with Raw and NXT? I don't know. We're going to find out that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be cuts, more roster cuts going on as well. NXT hasn't gotten it yet, and you're going to be very surprised with some of the people that WWE cuts at this time. So You know, it's a doggy world, especially when it comes down to budget cuts in the business of professional wrestling. With that being said, I want to talk about Impact 1000, which will take place tonight. I know that the Dudleys, Team 3D had a group back up from last week. I will watch that sometime tonight, and I will give you my thoughts on that tomorrow. Also, tonight is a college football game as well as the NFL. We're gonna see Daniel Jones go up against Brock Purdy. I believe that the San Francisco 49ers will win this game tonight. The Giants will probably start off 1-2 because CMC, you know, Samuel, Kittles, those boys are something serious, man. That's like a three-head monster that Brock Purdy has, along with Bosa. Bosa's going to try to get to Daniel Jones tonight. I think he'll probably sack him at least 2 times. I think he's going to get 2 sacks tonight. But I think Bosa will be one of those guys that does sack Daniel Jones. The Giants do have a chance of winning. Saquon Barkley's probably not playing from what I've heard. And, they still got guys on their team that can make some noise. But in the end, I just believe that the 49ers are just the better team, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said last week, the Dallas Cowboys, the only way they can make a Super Bowl push is they got to get away from the San Francisco 49ers. That's the only way. Dak Prescott, that is one of the black cats that he has in his life. He has not beaten San Francisco to get to the Super Bowl. And 2 years in a row, they've put them out. They have eliminated Dak Prescott, the 49ers. And that goes for Philly as well. Philadelphia has to prove again that they can beat the 49ers to get back to the Super Bowl. That's going to be the main thing. I'm telling you, the NFC, that's going to be the team to beat, the 49ers. Do I think the 49ers could run the table and lose only 1 or 2 games? But I think they'll lose at least 3 in my book. I think they'll lose to an AFC team, But as for tonight, the Giants, if they want to stay alive in the talk of competing with Dallas and the the Eagles, they better win this game tonight. They better shock the world because that's the only way this is going to work for them. And I'm saying this because I do believe that Dallas has a chance to get to the Super Bowl. My talk is on Dak Prescott, but I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for them, the Giants, to win that division as good as Philly and Dallas is. And no disrespect to the Commanders, but yeah, you all know what it is. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Connecticut Sun won last night. Bonner and them were able to beat the Mystics. Not the Mystics, the Link, excuse me. I keep saying the Mystics. But, Carly and them, they had a great season. But Bonner and Thomas said no. And they played great ball. But, the Sun now and the Liberty, I think that's who he's going to be matched up with. That's going to be an interesting series because you got Bonner versus Stewie. You got Thomas versus Jones. And that's going to be, who's the better 3-point shooter on that team. Sabrina's going to be, of course, gunning it. And then you got the Wings versus the Aces. Now, I don't want to not give the Wings a fighting chance. I think the Wings could possibly give Asia and them a run for their money. But I just don't see Asia and them losing that series, guys. I think Asia and them will probably sweep them. And that's just my thoughts on that right now. College football, The biggest game of the week is Oregon. I mean, excuse me. Yes, Oregon versus Colorado. Can Dion do it again without Travis Henry? I think that Dion and them might pull off an upset. This is going to show everybody if Colorado is serious as people think they are. If they beat a ranked team like Oregon, then they deserve to be higher in the top 25. And that's just the simple fact of the matter, because there's nobody that can really touch them when it comes down to that. I'm just telling you what I see and what I hear and what I'm watching. Oregon's a bad team. Oregon is one of the best teams out there. But Colorado has proven to everybody that they can be, that they're, good as it is too, good as it gets. So we'll have to see what happens with them as well. Tomorrow morning, I will try to be back on with another pod. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something, and I want you to believe what I'm about to tell you. There is no way in the world that I'm not passionate about what I'm doing. Somebody told me, say, man, you need to stop. You got other stuff going on. I'm like, no, I'm not stopping. I say, I have, first of all, I believe in God. That's the first thing. Second of all, I have a team of people that want me to do this. Third, the people that do listen to me, they be expecting me to come on every day with this. So this is serious. This is what I do. This is how I react. This is how I go. Sometimes I'll be late in the day with it. Sometimes I'll be early in the morning. But I want people to know that I am passionate about doing this, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's my purpose. And remember, God got you here for a purpose. So with that being said, I want you guys to get yourselves ready to enjoy the game, enjoy Impact Wrestling, enjoy, Major League Baseball, and enjoy college football. I'm Mike D. God bless you. God keep you. Have a good night.